Do you ever feel recently like self-care is all the rage and you kind of have no idea what that even means and definitely what it looks like for you? If you said yes, or like even a little bit, you would not be alone. The conversation around self-care has really, really ramped up recently, and that is a fantastic thing, especially for women. This is huge. Definitely applies to men as well. Like, do not get me wrong, but I think sometimes men can actually be a little bit better at, doing the things that feel like they're caring for themselves. And ultimately that's what it boils down to, right? Is that we as women often feel like we can't take the time, the space, the energy to do things that solely provide care for ourselves and not someone else. So I think we lose sight of that a little bit, and then more practically, how to apply it in our lives. We see stuff a lot that's like, mani-pedi, take a walk, go get a massage, like things like that. And those are absolutely things that could be considered self-care, and they might be self-care for you, absolutely. But I think that it goes a little bit beyond that. And that's really important to get down to. When it comes to self-care, again, things that will provide care and growth and resetting, recreation of yourself, you gotta know yourself a little bit, right? Like, you have to know what feels like you're being cared for, even if you're the person doing it or you're the person participating or whatever that looks like. But you have to get down to that first and before anything else. And I think that's a piece that's missing, right? Like, we kind of see all this stuff maybe on the internet or social media or whatever it looks like that's like, oh, self-care, self-care, self-care. And then maybe an example of self-care for someone else. We might try some of those things, again, like very mainstream things that we have seen in a lot of these spaces, and it may or may not work. We may not feel, again, that we're reconnecting with ourselves, or we might get a little piece of that and, then kind of move down on the road. So when it really comes down to it, how to do self-care, you got to look in yourself a little bit, and you got to reflect on what you like. What do you like? What do you like to do? Yes. But also just what do you like? That could be like, I like to read. It could be, I really like art. I love it. I love to learn about it. I love to look at it. I just like to sit with it. It could be, I like to do things with my hands. It could be, I like to meditate. I like to sit. All of these things, right? Like, what do you enjoy? What you enjoy, what fills your heart, not your head, not like satisfaction factor, none of that stuff. What do you enjoy solely for the sake of enjoyment? I think we have a lot of enjoyment missing in our lives, especially as fast-paced as it is, to give ourselves any space for just enjoyment for just ourselves, not our whole family, not even if you have a partner, not together, just yourself. What is it that you enjoy? And you have to ask yourself that question, because that is at the heart of what you need to do for self-care. If you can't answer that question, start to explore it. Start to try things. Again, start to think maybe back about a time when you felt a little bit more carefree, even when you were younger. What about trying some of those things that you did often? That seemed like you liked them at the time. What if you still really like it? What if you like the adult version of it? Start to explore it. If you can't name what you enjoy right now, start to explore it. It's a huge piece of the puzzle of how you're going to get to what feels right for self-care in your life. And with the importance of that being so paramount, it's equally important to do it in the way that actually, again, restores and cares for your unique, individual, independent self. So, what do you enjoy? What do you love? How can you do that? At least a little bit each week, maybe a little bit each day for self-care. I hope this was helpful. I hope you will share with me all of the things that you love and enjoy and that you care for yourself with on the regular. And if you're starting to explore it, let me know what that feels like. What are you finding? I hope this was helpful. I hope you will share it with all of your friends who struggle with self-care. And I hope that you will push through that struggle and find some enjoyment and care for yourself, again, on the regular. Do it often. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.